Hello everyone, this is David, Fairly Secret Music. This is part 2 of the Ryan collection that he gave me. So this is a little stack here, and I'm going to go faster on this one because the last one was 45 minutes or 43 minutes, and that's just too long for you to go. I know people like these, long CD hauls, but when I have 2 boxes of CDs that look like this, and the other box is actually bigger, I better go as fast as possible. So there are some bands in here that I just don't even know about. I've heard of Book of Love. I'm not familiar with them. Another Book of Love. Some more Book of Love. Let me grab these. So Book of Love. And this stuff, I believe, is all the like 80s kind of like pop and like new wave stuff that he wasn't quite sure if I would dig, but I was just like, yeah, I totally would check stuff out. Fahrenheit, Nina, 99 Luft Balloons, Boy Meets Girl. Every time I see this cover, I think of the Beauty and the Beast program that had what's her name from Terminator, because I think this guy looks like the Beast. And I want to say, I can't remember who played the Beast. Was that Ron Perlman? Some Sheena Easton best of. The Proclaimers. Now we're getting into, wow, look at how orange that blue on there turns everything. And then take it away, and then it's normal color again. Ghostbusters soundtrack. Top Gun soundtrack. Everybody Cut Loose. Footloose. And Xanadu, which I believe he said has basically just tons of ELO on here. Like half of this is ELO. Alright, so that was all like the soundtracky stuff. I'm not going to talk about things quite as much on this one because I want to get through it faster. Got some China Crisis. Alphaville. Best of Berlin. Best of Thompson Twins. Thompson Twins, Close to the Bone. Here's to the Future. So these are things, when I was going through my new wave phase, that I really, I had to pick and choose because at that time I didn't have a ton of money to spend. So I kind of stuck with, Blondie, Gary Newman, the Cars, things like that. But they're, like Thompson Twins, like Kajagoogoo and those types of bands. I've been interested. Kajagoogoo is surprisingly hard to find their shit locally. So I think he mentioned that there might be some Kajagoogoo in here. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Relax, cut to it, done you go. Midge-er and Ultravox. I want to say Midge-er had some kind of association with Thin Lizzy at one point. I'm not sure, though. Some more Midge. Some more Midge. Big Country. I have a different version than this one, so it'll be interesting to hear. I like to do A-B comparisons. Like I have all the Genesis stuff with Peter Gabriel in 3 different versions. This is sweet because the only Big Country I have is this one, and their other ones have been kind of harder to find, especially used ones. So, sweetness. I do have all the Pretenders albums, but you can't go wrong with a Pretenders greatest hits, right? Quarter Flash. That's interesting. I forgot about this band. So, that is sweet. Oh, a couple days ago, I had my second, what do you call it, injection for COVID. And on Monday night going into Tuesday, I just, holy crap, that just hit me like a ton of bricks at like 2 in the morning. And I'm still kind of reeling in the years. 80s synth pop and new wave. That was the sticker or the post-it on this one. All right, let's get into it. Men at Work. I do not have this album. I mean, I do now, but previously I did not have it. Cargo. Business as Usual. That's pretty sweet. I think I have one of these. I think this is the version that I have, and then the version I have of this, excuse me, is the remastered version. The Pointer Sisters. I didn't think I would see some Pointer Sisters in here. Electronic. I'm not familiar with that. The Other Two. Is that The Other Two and You? I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with this band. He did say there was going to be some synth pop. And yes, absolutely, by ABC. Some more ABC, the Remix Collection. Another ABC. Some Boy George and Culture Club. I got to just say this. Boy George has a fantastic voice. You know, you take away all the kind of the showiness of it, and if you just strip it down to his voice, just absolutely phenomenal singer. You know, as kids, we looked at image way more than the actual music sometimes. I think the image is what grabbed us and pulled us in, but I mean, not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but now older, I look at things in more of a, you know, how does the band sound? Some Kajagoogoo. That's sweet. Naked Eyes. I don't remember what their big hit was. Promises, Promises, I believe, was the one big one. Best of Heaven 17. So this is going to be cool because it'll give me a lot of greatest hits to see if I want to move further in these artists' discography. Billy Idol, greatest hits. I've been on the fence about Billy Idol. Here's the one thing that makes me just want to stay away from Billy Idol is the song Money Money. I fucking hate that song. Oh my god, I hate it. I don't like covers to begin with, but I really, really dislike that song. But, I mean, let's look at Dancing With Myself, White Wedding, Rebel Yell, Eyes of the Flesh for Fantasy. What's this? The Cutting Crew. I want to say somebody in this band is in a band called Life Signs. Let me see if I am right. It's the drummer, I believe. And I know I said I wasn't going to talk about stuff tons and try to go through this fast, but yeah, I can't find his name on there. But I think the drummer from Cutting Crew is in Life Signs, or was in Life Signs, which is a fantastic prog band that I will talk about at some later point. Frosty Beetle. Yep. Frosty Beetle was in Cutting Crew and Life Signs. That is awesome because he is a fantastic drummer. So it'll be interesting to see what he sounded like way back in the day. Julian Cope. I don't think I've ever listened to Julian Cope. I don't even know what Julian Cope would sound like. Funny enough, I just was at a coffee shop / record store that were selling, you would pay $5. It was basically a lunch bag that they cut so you could only have the size of a CD. It maybe came up to about, this much farther than a CD. But you couldn't lay CDs down flat. And Simply Red Greatest Hits was in there. And I've never owned Simply Red, and now I have 2 copies of that. Soft Cell, Tainted Love. I believe I have their first single CD. Let me see here. I have this Nonstop Erotic Cabaret. I think this is the remastered version too. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. Digital remastered, yep. Oh, this is awesome. Oh my gosh. I have been thinking of getting these, but they're expensive. They're like $18 new on those remasters. Flock of Seagulls, The Light at the End of the World. And then, of course, the best of Flock of Seagulls. Oh, okay. I thought this was the studio album. But it has Iran, which is super awesome. Spandau Ballet. The best of Stray Cats. I remember loving the Rock This Town song so much that one Saturday I sat around my house with the radio on and my hand kind of like pushed over the record button, trying to record part of Rock This Town. The DJ proceeded to talk through the whole intro portion of it, and they maybe even cut the end of the song off. I was so irritated. But that is what you get when you don't just go out and buy shit. Oh, Yaz. I don't remember this. This is a single situation. I have been on the fence not to get this one, because I'm not familiar with what this is, but to get this one, because there is the one hit on here that is super awesome. So this was also in my, let's check out all these 80s bands. And now the following band, I do believe I have everything in the remastered versions. But as I've said before, I like doing A and B comparisons. Just see what the old version before it was remastered sounds like compared to the remastered. That kind of stuff interests me. So it looks like there is going to be a lot of XTC in here, which is cool. That's super awesome. I believe I have 2 copies. I think I have this version of Skylarking. It was probably the remastered version. And then the one where they remixed it or went back, it has like pubic hair on the front. It's like some woman's crotch or whatever. I'm going to just hold these and show them because they're English Settlement. This is my favorite XTC album, Black Sea. It's so good. This is the one XTC album that I've thought about getting in 5.1, but I've just not pulled the trigger yet. Let's go to lot of XTC. All right, what do we have? Oh, this is a band that he said, hey, you know, I think don't judge them before you listen to them, because normally, right off the top of my head, I probably wouldn't go, yeah, I'm going to get some Pogues. But I'm going to give them a listen, give them a fair shot, because I think he said he had the whole or most of the discography in here. I'm not quite sure. A single. I've never listened to the Pogues in my entire life that I remember. The rest of the best. The best of the Pogues. What's this? Hell's Ditch. I remember this song, album cover quite a bit, but I don't know if I've ever listened to this band. But now I have quite a bit. And wasn't Shane McGowan part of this? Who was... I don't know who was in the Pogues. Let's find out. Yeah, Shane McGowan. And then somebody else takes over as lead vocalist for a while, I think. I'm not 100% sure there. The Alarm. I do not have any Alarm stuff. I remember my friend Rob loving the Standards album. This is cool because I think of Alarm along with Big Country. Maybe it's because when the one singer of, I think, Big Country died, I think the singer from The Alarm went to sing with them. So this is super awesome. I think his name is Mike Peters. Let's find out. Yeah, I believe Mike Peters went on to join Big Country. The Alarm, I love to pronounce that word as strength because I'm weird. I also like to pronounce Aquaman and Dr. Strange. Yeah, mispronounced words are fun. So that is box one. Hopefully we are only at like a 15-minute mark or something like that. But with my luck, probably not. We have one final box to go through, and then we will be done. Let me push this one out of the way. This is the classic and hard rock box. So let's see what we have here. I see one that I'm going to just pull out right now. I have never owned any Todd Rundgren. I have been on the fence about buying some Todd Rundgren. My friend Dave Martin, he is has multiple times said, okay, so if you're buying that, when is your Todd Rundgren phase gonna start? And well, Dave, it looks like Ryan has done your work for you, because not only do I have something / anything, I have Second Wind, Nearly Human, Wizard, A True Star, the Utopia Anthology 80 or 68 to 85, disc 1 and 2. I won't show the second one. Yeah, I will. So I went from having 0 Todd Rundgren to having what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 CDs worth of Todd Rundgren. Let's grab from over here Dave Edmonds. Not sure who that is. Beatnik Beach. Also not sure who that is. I have a feeling there's going to be a big selection of a certain band, so I will show all those hopefully at once. Mannered Man's Plain Music. Well, if I show other stuff, it's going to all fall down, so I'll wait. Jimmy Buffett. Some Foghat. Slow Ride. BTO's Greatest Hits. The Hollies. Epic Anthology. This is the band that does Bus Stop, correct? If it was the band that did Bus Stop, why isn't Bus Stop on here? Unless that was before that best of. Casey and the Sunshine Band. Some Harry Nilsson. I always remember the album Nilsson Schmilsson. Wasn't that the name of that album? Don't know. Don McLean. The Best of the Band, which is interesting because I was wearing the band t-shirt earlier. I wanted something that was more comfortable though. Some Grand Funk Collector's Series. Grand Funk have an album called Survivor that is fantastic. The drummer ended up putting tea cloths over his drums. The producer made him do that, and he hated it, but the drum sound on that album is fantastic. Sweet. The Best of Sweet. I have a copy of this that I had my friend Mark buff, and I'm not sure if it's going to work because it was really scratched up, but some Sweet. The Best of the Kinks. I always get the Kinks and the Knack switched around in my head. There was, strangely enough, a Knack album that came out in the late 90s that had Terry Bozzio playing drums on it. So, go figure that. The Baddest of George Thorogood. I don't think I would have ever picked up a George Thorogood, nor would I have ever thought Ryan would own George Thorogood. Sting. I have all of these Sting albums. I maybe don't have that. I wonder, were these remastered or something? It doesn't seem like an artist that he would get rid of. I saw Sting on the Soul Cages tour. This album is his best solo album, just hands down. There's not a bad tune on this, and he made the Target Center actually sound good. That place sucks for sound, but this album is so good, and Manu Katché is on drums and just rocks my world. This will be the third copy of Soul Cages, and the first version that I've ever had in a jewel case. I don't think I have this. Do I? I don't know. Let's look. Where's my Sting? Nope. I do own it. Yeah. Some more Sting. And some more Sting. Oh, sweet. I do not own any Lindsey Buckingham solo albums. I mean, I didn't. Now I do. That's super sweet. There's some Fleetwood Mac stuff I still need to get. Like after, God, what's that album called? It was originally a 2-disc set, the really long one. So you had Fleetwood Mac with Buckingham and Nicks joined, and then you had Rumors, and then you had blah, blah, blah. I can't remember the damn name. More Lindsay. Dire Straits. I have all of these on the remastered versions. Oh, man. My, that silly shot is kind of keeping me a little bit, what do you call it? Kind of groggy. So I apologize. Manfred Mann. Some more Manfred Mann. Manfred Mann again. You know, I don't really know anything about Manfred Mann, really. So this will be interesting. I love this cover. Excuse me. This is a lot of stuff that's just going to be super awesome to go through. And if you haven't watched my first video, there was a lot of stuff that was super sweet already. And then you got all of this. God, that looks so awesome. That's so 70s. It's so sweet. A lot of Manfred Mann. I like the fact that they have this first released in 72 in the corner. Those must be really old versions of the CDs. And you know, sometimes people enjoy the older, the original CD versions better. I see a lot of people arguing about that on like Hoffman forums and stuff like that. Almost to a fault. Creedence Clearwater Revival, Greatest Hits, Volume 2, and Greatest Hits. Best of Chris Rea. Another Chris Rea. I don't think I've ever listened to Chris Rea. Best of Joe Cocker. What's it called? Night Calls with Joe Cocker. Joe Cocker has a tremendous voice, but I've never actually picked up anything of his. Part of that is possibly because he did a lot of covers, and I like artists that do their own stuff, but I guess sometimes people, that's not their strong point. Singing is his strong point. This will be interesting to hear. I'm going to start with this one. Wait. Yeah, I'm going to start with this one when I listen. Some Cat Stevens. Cat Stevens' Greatest Hits. I do own this Big Star, but I don't own Third. Or at least I don't think I do. I don't know. I have too many CDs, and this even, it's just astonishing that, you know, I have friends that are like, you know what? I don't want these. Do you want them? And it just, you know, it makes me happy that people are like, hey, you know what? I don't want to get rid of this. I don't want to sell it to Cheapo or wherever. Well, I'll get like a penny or 25 cents for stuff, and, you know, just give it to a good home, and it will go to a good home. Anything that I don't want, I'll basically run past other friends of mine, or just see if they want it for free also. So this will go upstairs. Barb is a huge John Denver fan. But at one point before we got together, she had moved her apartment so many times she was just sick of carrying CDs around. This is why I don't move. And she got rid of all the artwork, all the jewel cases, she just got rid of all the artwork too. She just kept the CDs, didn't care about the jewel cases. I still married her, even if there was that fatal flaw in her character. You know, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna put that up there, so I remember to bring that up. This is super cool because I have the first 2 honeymoon suites, and I never see any other honeymoon suite stuff anywhere. I do not own this one. I own the first 2. So I have the Big Prize, and I have the first album, but I do not own any of the other ones. What is this? I think this is one of those gold discs. Ryan, are you sure you needed to give me this? Yeah, this is one of those gold discs. They had the worst way to get in to there's like this weird little tab. You went up and then it kind of held it in place. Worst package design ever. But if you lifted it up, I've never owned one of these. I've always wanted to, well here, I'll just go with that. Boston Third Stage. I own this album. I've never seen one of these opened up. That's cool. I wonder, sound quality wise, how different or how much better this can possibly be. The beautiful thing about Boston Third Stage is that it took them, I think, like 8 years to put out something like that. And I believe Tom Schultz said that it was based on real life experiences, and then every song is basically about like alien abduction or something like that. Maybe I'm just making that shit up. It's about space travel and stuff like that. But I do have these albums. Holy shit. Could this have been more of a, just like, what do you call it? Just like a luck story of luck, and just the production on this just proved that you did not need a huge studio. So good. Night Ranger, Man in Motion. I own everything by Night Ranger. I don't know which versions of the Night Ranger stuff I have, though. One of the greatest CDs ever. So here's my little history with Night Ranger 7 Wishes. I was in a place called Northtown. No, not Northtown. Village North. In Minnesota, there was a Great American Music record store right next door, and then there was this kind of department store. They had these Superpowers figures. So this is like 80, what year is this? 85, 86. I think it was 85 though. Because I think 7 Wishes had just come out, and I was like, do I want to spend my money on Night Ranger 7 Wishes? Do I want to get this Dark Side Superpowers figure? Which, you know, I was buying action figures and stuff. 85, I was 13 years old. I had enough to buy one thing. I went with Night Ranger 7 Wishes. From then on, I didn't really buy action figures at all. I was totally into the music and just, yeah. So Night Ranger basically made my choice for me. Oh, man. If I didn't already have these, this would be, like, super awesome. Because these albums are so great. I didn't realize that they had done remasters on them. I have Seven Wishes remaster. Yeah, I do have Seven Wishes remaster. I have no idea who 707 is. Who the hell is that? Spies. Oh my gosh. My friend Sam did a video, and I think he played this album on the video and did like a review of it. That is super cool. Balance, In for the Count. I'm not sure who that band is. Never heard of them before. Awesome. We got some Survivor. I've never owned any Survivor. My friend Rob is a huge Survivor fan. He likes both the original singer and I think his name was Jamie Jameson. Yeah. Or Jimmy Jameson. That is super cool. What is this? Does this have Eye of the Tiger on it? Nope. I think Eye of the Tiger was their original singer who had this funny little hat on all the time. There we go. Survivor, Eye of the Tiger. There's the funny little hat that I was talking to him about. Oh, that is super cool. Don't own any Survivor before now. And now it looks almost like I have the whole... This is super awesome, because I was going to buy this, but it was like $20 used. And I believe now it's remastered, but this has Pat Leonard, who was from, oh gosh, what is that? Toy Matinee with Kevin Gilbert. So it's awesome that this is in here, because I have the remastered version of their first album, which I think was a better album than that one, but still awesome. That was another one that my friend Sam did a review of. There's a song on here called Might As Well Go, or May As Well Go. That song is awesome. They're kind of weird, proggy stuff. I only have one Billy Squier album, and I think we will end up seeing it here and now. I didn't have that. Enough is enough. Oh, the funny thing is, the one Billy Squier album I have in here, he did not put in. So that is super awesome. This is cool, because I always loved Benjamin Orr's voice in the Cars. Who's gonna take you home tonight? I almost picked this up recently, but I wasn't buying anything else, and I didn't have any cash, and I didn't want to charge like $2 or $1 or something like that. So that is super awesome. And last but not least, Lou Gramm. Long, hard look. Goddamn, he's got a long, hard look. All right, well, thank you for watching, and that was awesome. This is a lot of stuff for me to go through, a lot of stuff to listen to. Honestly, I don't think I need to buy any CDs in a long time, but that's still not going to stop me. But, you know, what are you going to do? So, Ryan, I hope you are enjoying your Bebop Deluxe. Glenn, I will get you some shit soon. Everybody have a good night, or evening, or daytime, or whatever, and thanks for watching.